DJI sent us the brand new Phantom 4 Advanced. Now, they technically have 3 Phantom 4 models. The base Phantom 4, which is now discontinued, had a lesser camera, which was a noticeable difference. The Phantom 4 Pro came after that, and it had this same upgraded camera that did 4K and 60 frames a second, upgraded from just 30 frames a second, and we love that camera. And it genuinely is a pretty pro drone. The Phantom 4 Advanced slots in below the Phantom 4 Pro in the middle there. It knocks 100 or 150 bucks off depending on where you shop. And it has the same camera. In almost every way, it's exactly the same drone. But DJI has done something clever. They've stripped out a few mostly useless bits to make it a little bit cheaper. Now they took off the side collision detection sensors and the rear collision detection sensors, but they kept the front collision detection sensors. Those front ones are the ones you're gonna use most of the time because most of the time you'll be filming forward. With that said, I do frequently film flying sideways or flying backwards. In those cases, you won't have the benefit of obstacle detection. But the side obstacle detection sensors always shut off when you took off either beginner mode or tripod mode. So outside of those two mostly useless modes, you couldn't benefit from them anyway. So I literally never use them. And the rear sensors, they could sometimes be useful, but for the most part, I have to turn off obstacle avoidance because it will just randomly stop when you're even within like 6 feet of something. So for a lot of shots, I had to turn them off anyway. So I'm totally fine with just having forward obstacle avoidance. The other thing they took out was the 5.8 gigahertz communications range because the Phantom 4 Pro communicates on either 2.4 or 5.8, and that gives you a little flexibility. It still communicates on 2.4 gigahertz, which is the most common frequency for Wi-Fi. Now, that's the one I would pick if I had to pick one, because 2.4 tends to travel further, and that's distance is really what you need with a drone. So you lose the option to switch over to 5.8, but that's something I had never done on the Phantom 4 Pro anyway, so I'm fine with it. But you might care about that if you're trying to fly in a city where there's a ton of Wi-Fi or lots of other interference, but where I shoot, that's never been a problem. So should you get the Phantom 4 Pro or the Phantom 4 Advanced, I would definitely save that 150 bucks for something else and get the Phantom 4 Advanced. Now the other feature of the model they sent me is this integrated controller. So should you get that, or should you do the old-fashioned thing where you hook your phone up to it? I like the integrated controller. It's one less thing to break, one less battery to charge since it's charged from this here. On the other hand, as a downside, I had to go through and log into my Twitter and Facebook for things like streaming. There's one more thing to manage software updates for. The display is virtually identical in size and brightness to my iPhone 7 Plus. But with that said, I do feel like it's a little bit brighter in the sun so I can see it easier. And that is really, really useful to me. So it does cost a little more. All else being equal, I would pick the integrated display over having to use my phone just for the convenience and the very slightly brighter screen. If you have any follow-up questions, write a comment down below. Subscribe to see more reviews and drone help. I'll show you how to fly your drone and how to pass that FAA certification in the US. And if you have follow-up questions, ask down below. Thanks, and thank you, DJI.